And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. It's our NBA team reports continuing. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from the Lakers Fast Break. Also, all of us shows that I do, Pop Culture Cosmos, Inside Sports, Fantasy Football. Please go ahead and catch those shows today if you can. Also, make sure you like and subscribe if you are a Lakers Fast Break member at just $2.99 a month. You already know that you're getting these team reports ahead of time. You get first dibs on this. So if you want to become a member and see these team reports in advance of everyone else, maybe brag about it to everyone else, go ahead and become a member today for $2.99 a month. But even if you don't, and you just watch this and enjoying this, please, it does help if you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe today. You also get the latest notifications when we do one of our normal live shows, and also as well more great programming as always right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. So we have reached the G's in our NBA team report, and it's been a great series so far, and it gets great once again because my good friend is back after he gave us such a great report on the Atlanta Hawks. He is back. You know he loves the Atlanta Hawks, and you know he loves the Golden State Warriors. He is my good friend. From I Got Next Sports Media. It is, of course, Legend. What's up, Matt?
Nothing much. How about you, Gerald?
Oh, all is good, my friend. All is good. Been talking NBA with a lot of different people out there. It's been great. So far, looking forward to our conversation and what's to come after that as far as the other NBA teams out there. But Golden State, as our conversation is taking place, is still of the teams out there, of the 30 NBA teams, Golden State is the one that's kind of in flux right now. So I will ask you this, my friend, when it comes right down to it. The drama has continued to play out. Now, it might have been over by the time this airs, but if this airs, that probably tells you it hasn't, because we could probably just re-record another show if that's the case. Right. So let's just go ahead and say at this point, because I'm airing this, and if you're seeing this, the drama's still playing itself out over Jonathan Kuminga and what his future might be with the Golden State Warriors. The back and forth all summer long and how it's dragging out, how it's playing out. They tendered him, and he is a restricted free agent. The offers that they've given him have been to his team less than desirable. They seem miles apart on the actual numbers as far as an extension. For what he feels he's worth to what Golden State feels he's worth. His time in Golden State has been rocky, up and down, to say the least. There is quite the possibility that he could just stick it to them, say, you know what, I'm going to bank on my future. I'm just going to take the 1-year tender for $8 million, and then there you go. But the problem is, while he has not been signed and while that drama plays itself out, they've not been able to fill out the rest of their team. I believe as of this point that we're talking, they only have 9 players on their roster. So with that, my friend, and the fact if this is being aired, you and I are still dealing through the situation as far as it's concerned. Like almost like Back to the Future. We're just doing this now, and in the future, if this does air, that means that problems still continue for Golden State. So let me ask you this, my friend. What do you think the current situation with Jonathan Kuminga now do to a team that does still have, like the Lakers, some hope that they can go far in the NBA playoffs?
It definitely puts you in a standstill situation, and it prevents you from improving the roster. Because you're so stuck and so focused on trying to get this Kuminga situation handled, you had no time to go after the other key free agent that could have been perfect fits for this roster. Now you're gonna be stuck with the leftover pieces that a lot of people may not really want it, and now you're gonna be forced to have to just use what you got available. I think by now you would have had Al Horford. By now, you would have had I forgot the other guy, Milton. You'd have
But
had Milton by now.
DeAnthony Melton, who
Yeah.
got injured but is now a free agent and seems to be healthy once again.
But you can't sign him because of this Kuminga situation is lingering. And that's to me where this whole thing can really mess up a whole season. You have Steph Curry, who is in his late 30s. You don't have time to be wasting around thinking that, oh, well, we got another season if we don't do nothing this year. You can't think that way because in his late 30s, there's no guarantee Steph will stay healthy. He can get hurt. Anything can happen. At that age, anything can happen. So you have to capitalize on every season like it's your last one that you got a chance to do something. And that's where I feel like this franchise went wrong with this situation. I understand that they're trying to get as much value they can for Kuminga in a sign-in trade or a regular trade. I understand that part. But I also think their asking prices a little high. As well as, I'll be honest, I feel like they kind of have disrespected him a little bit too. Some of the offers was just, I wouldn't take that. That was me. I think they offer him a 2-year, $44 million with a team option. No, I'm not going to let you decide my fate. Give me the player option. Let me decide. And I feel like Kuminga did right not to accept that. So I feel like the front office in Golden State has, to me, been a disaster in this part. Because this situation shouldn't be lingering. Finna be in September. It shouldn't still be lingering right now. This should have been cleared up months before now. This should have been cleared up back in the summer when the NBA Finals and stuff was over. You should have had this handled by then. We should not still be talking about maybe we might get Al Horford or Milton. We shouldn't be having that conversation. We should be talking about what they're gonna do on this team this season, not future talk. And that's why I'm just like, what are the franchise? What is the front office doing at this point? Because it's getting kind of sad, and I know it's frustrating to a lot of Golden State fans. Because if you go on Twitter right now and look up Golden State, you'll see a bunch of people unhappy right now, asking the exact same question I'm asking. What are we doing right now? Like, why are we just wasting time at this point? Because right now, I don't mind saying it. This team like it's gonna be a play-in team. This is how it looks right now because you didn't get better. So I feel like this front office you're failing right now. I give you an F for this all season. It's just been that bad, and I don't blame Kuminga. I don't blame him. I'm not even gonna take anything just because you want to be specific about it. That's your problem. He doing right to do what he doing. I don't blame him. I would do a 1-year deal and take my chance. But I was him.
Yeah, I mean it's a risk for him because the 1 year $8 million. I mean he's been offered up to 20+ million, but
Yep.
it's like a 2 year with a lot of strings attached, team option, things of that nature, where it's very undesirable for him. It just shows the lack of confidence in him, but the potential that they also see in him is kind of a quandary. That because again, his career has been marred by benchings, uh, coming off the bench, starting DNPs, showing some flashes, not being able to fill out or check all the boxes to the satisfaction of Steve Kerr. His relationship, Steve Kerr with Jonathan Kuminga, has been very documented. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays itself out. And again, if you're watching this, it hasn't played itself out yet. So we'll again have to wait and see how this plays itself out. But I think it does bring the team as far as in a situation where it does take a step back. But as far as what the front office did this summer, and obviously they haven't done a whole lot, I think they're relying a lot on what they did at the trade deadline with Jimmy Butler. So you come into his full season with Jimmy Butler along with Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. You do have some young players that are no longer rookies. They are, I guess, in some cases, already entering their prime. And Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, also as well, of course, Jonathan Kuminga, who've discussed. You've got some depth on the roster as far as a lot of guys that can be interchangeable with Buddy Hield, who's played some key minutes and can get really hot for stretches at a time. Also, as well, you have players like Quentin Post and Trace Jackson-Davis, who still have some promise, but are they the kind of big guys that you can need to use going forward? And I think a lot of the season, though, we know what Steph Curry can do. We know what Draymond Green does if they're out on the court. Jimmy Butler, again, we know what he has done in the past in the playoffs. Didn't quite do what was needed to be done this previous playoffs. So he is a big if coming into the season. But also another big if is, can Brandon Podziemski, Pods, become that really definitive starter for the Golden State Warriors? Can he take a next step? How important is a guy like Brandon Podziemski to this organization? Because he's already leaped ahead of Buddy Hield and Moses Moody, good veterans that provide both something, but Brandon seems to have something, je ne sais quoi, that Steve Kerr likes to go ahead and prefer.
I think he can really become a key piece if we can see more of a consistent presence on that offensive end. Because he do have a lot of offensive struggle moments where he just can't make a shot. Just like, I don't know if you remember, Gerald, when the Warriors played the Lakers back in LA. I can't remember exactly what month that was in, but when they played them and the Warriors won that game, a lot to do with that win was what Brandon Podziemski did on the offensive end. He had like 25 points. If you can get a consistent, maybe consistent 20 from him, that would be tremendous, because that would take off a lot of scoring load. And that's one of the biggest issues that I saw in that Minnesota series when Steph went down. You had no offense for no one. You couldn't get nothing from anyone. And that's why I kind of give a shout out to Kuminga. He gave you 31 in one game. But Pods, to me, can be the hidden piece if he can be consistent on that offensive end. If you can give me a consistent 20 a game, or maybe not even 20, he give me a consistent 17 a game, that would help a lot. Then you have like 3 good scorers. You have Steph, you have Pod, and I know Jimmy Butler can give me 15 plus. So that would be pretty good if you getting that type of production. And I feel like that would make a big difference in a team going a long ways in a playoff or regular season wise. But he got to be consistent. And that's the biggest thing that, that's kind of concerning when it comes to him, because he was rough in that Minnesota series. It was pretty ugly to watch.
Mm-hmm. So with that, again, it is Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. It is Gerald Glassford right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're talking the Golden State Warriors. Again, a team that still has, like the Lakers, some aspirations, but in a Western Conference that has loaded up, it's become more challenging. And like you said, Legend, when the other teams loaded up like they did, well, OKC is already loaded, so they're the champions right now. And then you have Houston, which got Dorian Finney-Smith and, of course, Kevin Durant and other Clint Capella to fill out the rest of the roster. So they got a little bit better this offseason than what they were even last year. And then you also have, of course, what Denver did by trading away Michael Porter Jr. and then bringing in different pieces, Cam Johnson and other individuals in there, as far as to Valanciunas and other players, Tim Hardaway Jr. and the like, to go ahead and fill out certain aspects of that roster to make Nikola Jokic's life a little bit easier going forward. And then you have the other teams like the Lakers, like Minnesota. Then you have Dallas. Then you have Golden State in that mix. You have all these other teams in that mix. Memphis might still have something to say about that. San Antonio could be on the rise. All these other teams have tried to make changes. Golden State, by the sheer nature that they're going through with Jonathan Kuminga, stood pat. How much more difficult has it made their journey and the possibility that they might, in one of Stephen Curry's final years, to be another year of being an all-star?
It made their journey very difficult by not pretty much getting anything done this year. You just made this next season look pretty disappointing. You basically told us, because like you said, Gerald, everyone gotten better. Everyone has. Oklahoma, Rockets, Denver, Minnesota, Lakers, Dallas. Everyone's getting better. And you did pretty much nothing. And just hanging on to what you did at the trade deadline. That's not enough. And I'm just like, going to this season, this looks like a season where you're just gonna be a 7 or 8 seed and you're just gonna get bounced by Oklahoma or Houston or something in the first round. That's what it looks like. And it's nobody to blame but the front office. You just gotta blame, you gotta blame them. And I'm Steph. You should be upset. You shouldn't be very disappointed that they let a situation like this linger this long to where you pretty much have nothing to work with at this point. I mean, no offense to Al Horford. He'll be a good pickup. He's a stretch four. He'll be a good pickup. I would have liked somebody younger, to do the same thing. Somebody a little bit younger. And that's why I continue to say, shout out to you, Rob Pelinka. I give you your flowers. You did that for the Lakers. You went and got what you needed through younger guys. That's what the Warriors should have did the same thing. You got an aging star. You need to try to get a little younger. Take some of the load off him some. Now you just basically added on to him, made it more pressure for him to carry because you didn't do anything. So this is like a season full of disappointment to me.
So with that, my friend, again, this is a team that Kuminga's going to be on the team unless somehow it changes. But I don't believe if he signs something, he can be traded right away. I may be wrong on that at this point in time. But again, we don't know the parameters. And if you're watching this right now, it's still playing itself out. With that, though, your team has a lot of good veterans, and it does have some depth to it, but which is good for the regular season. Do you still see a point where this team can take the Pacific Division title? Do you still see a point where this team can compete in the playoffs? I know you said that this team, leaves you a little bit disappointed by what happened in as far as this off season is concerned, but let's just say so much goes right for Golden State. Where do you see them as far as heading into a full season? If everything goes right for the over 35 gang in Butler, Curry, and Green, and they pull it out one last time, you've got a whole bunch of shooters around them, which they probably have more shooters as far as guys who shoot 35% and above, maybe around them in the league, not counting Curry or anything like that. With Heald, with Moody, those guys can hit right there, and then a couple others could probably provide some decent third-point shooting as well. And if Podziemski hits and becomes a consistent shooter from outside, if everything clicks for you, how far could this team go?
If everything were to click, everybody playing the way they can really play, and Warriors manage to get something decently done with what's left on the market, I think they can at least make a push to the Western Conference Finals. It's possible. I don't see an NBA Finals appearance from this team. That's just me being honest with myself. I don't see an NBA Finals appearance for this team, but I at least see if some things go right, some players doing their thing, going above their level they did last year. Okay, I can see a Western Conference Finals appearance, and then that's probably where the line pretty much going to end it. So I can at least think they can get that far if Pod is having a breakout year, Moses Moody taking his game to the next level, Steph, Draymond, Butler playing the way they're supposed to, Butler staying healthy, Post going to another level in his game. If all that can happen, I can at least see a Western Conference Final appearance. But I just can't see NBA Finals. I don't see that part.
Okay. All right. But like I said, you do have three guys that can shoot on high volume over 40%. You do have some supporting cast that if they get into the mid 30s, this could be one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league, and a league that still values 3-point shooting. They do have some weaknesses as far as how far Quentin Post and TJD can take you as a backup or some size is concerned. Again, Horford, which is I think at this point all but a done deal. Waiting on Jonathan Kuminga. He does provide you a little bit of size, but he is 40 years old, so that's got to be of a concern. And I do know that DeAnthony Melton, if he comes back to the DeAnthony Melton that you guys had in the first 10 to 15 games before he got injured, how good it looked for them, because you guys were at near the top of the Western Conference when he was around. So the defense that he played and the fact that he shot, I believe, close to 40% himself provided a lot of good things. And then Gary Payton, the second, coming off the bench as well. If they get him, which I believe he is also waiting for another deal himself with them, with defense he can provide. So you do have a lot of pieces. You do have a lot of guys. How it all fits together, we'll have to wait and see. But if Jonathan Kuminga comes into the season and becomes a malcontent, it is going to be a problem for you guys, because that could bring down the whole team as far as the dynamic there. But again, I do appreciate you sharing your thoughts on the Golden State Warriors. I'd see, like the Lakers, that they are going to be somewhere in that 4 through 8 category right there as far as what can happen, what's going to break right or what's going to break left as far as Golden State is concerned. I don't know about Jimmy Butler. I think he is a key to your season. Which Jimmy Butler is going to show up? Is it going to be the broken down Jimmy Butler we've seen it in the past couple of years, or is Jimmy Butler going to be the guy that helped you guys so well in that second half of the season? Because as soon as they got him, they went on a terrific run in the Western Conference. So we'll definitely have to wait and see how that works itself out. But yeah, Jimmy Butler, before some final thoughts on Jimmy Butler as we touch on the Golden State Warriors.
Jimmy Butler is just, like you said, Gerald, it's going to be between which one you get. Are you going to get Jimmy Butler who still got something in the tank, or are you going to get the one that begins to show the age, that the days of playoff Jimmy that you saw in Miami, that's long gone? It's just going to come down to which Butler are you getting. I do think the playoff Jimmy stuff, I think this past playoff kind of showed that I think that part of his career is probably behind him now. But at this point, we're just waiting to see, can you still get decent performance from Jimmy? Can you give me 15 plus a game at the most and then go from there? Or is he just kind of running out of gas? And so we guess we're going to see which one we're going to get.
We will see what happens, my friend. But before we head on out, on the Atlanta Hawks team preview, you shared your thoughts on what you thought was the Lakers. In the days since, I know that I've had some also more opinions on the Lakers as well, which is always great to hear from, again, those fans that are not Lakers fans or reporters or insiders sharing their thoughts on the Lakers. Again, I understand a healthy Luka is a key to the Lakers' success. I know you've been very complimentary towards what Rob did with with 3 very low risk, potentially high reward type acquisitions in Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton, and then, of course, also as well, Marcus Smart. I want to ask you this. Marcus Smart to us is the biggest question mark, because while he was Defensive Player of the Year almost 3 seasons ago, actually, I believe, as of this recording, I want to ask you this. His season afterwards with Boston, he started to see in decline. Then he was traded, had to watch his team, then his now ex-team, the Boston Celtics, win a championship. He could not stay on the floor. At 31, how much does Marcus Smart, in your opinion, have left? And if he does have anything left, how is that a key for the Lakers going forward?
I think he has something left. I think if anyone's expecting Defensive Player of the Year Marcus Smart, probably gonna be disappointed. I think them days are gone. I think that is over. I think too many injuries, all that have happened. I don't see that happening. But I
Mhm.
do think he can still show some flashes of that moment. Maybe not do it on a consistent basis, but show some flashes. I do think that's still in the tank. I do think he got enough in the tank to be able to get stops when you need it. To say to be a defensive stopper the whole game, no, I don't see that no more. I think that's over. But I think he can at least come in moments and be like, I need a stop on this possession. On these two possessions, can you give me a stop? I think he can do that. I think he can come in and give you key moments when you need it. But on a consistent basis, I don't know about that part at his age. And even though it ain't old age, but it's just more so I look at the injuries he had the last couple of years. Haven't been able to stay healthy. So I think with him, I would keep expectations low and just see what you get the first month or so when he play. And see what he works with at that point.
All right. Well said. As always, once again, it is Legend. I got Next Sports Media. He does provide insight that's really, truly worth watching. It is absolutely a great time, always when he's here on this channel, and also when he's covering the world of sports on his awesome channel, I Got Next Sports Media. But before we head on out, my friend, it's cheap plug again time. Once again, I want to hear your thoughts on why people need to check out what you do on a regular basis at I Got Next Sports Media on YouTube.
Well, on my right here on my name tag, you see I got Net Sport Media. So type that in on YouTube. You'll find my channel with the Jordan logo. And check me out. We talk about basketball. We talk about football season. So I just covered week 1 of college football and a couple other weeks as well. I'm going to be doing that as well, talking about weekly football and what's happening in the world of college. Plan to have Gerald on very soon about discuss these playoffs, about how it's coming up. Want to hear his thoughts about bowl games, all these different bowl games. Is it worth to do all these different bowl games and how they're trying to extend the playoffs to? And then lastly, we're going to talk about NBA. NBA will be back very soon. We're going to definitely doing a lot of videos off of Golden State, the Hawks, and the whole entire league all together. But definitely check me out. We all sports.
There you go. Absolutely. Once again, it is my good friend Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Please go ahead and check him out on a regular basis. Like and subscribe. I always tell you to like and subscribe here because it helps out supposedly those YouTube algorithm type deals. Comment below and all that. Do the same for my good friend Mr. Legend at I Got Next Sports Media. I just cannot tell you enough. Legend, always great to have you here, whether it's our live shows or whether it's a recorded team podcast forecast shows like this. Truly appreciate you stopping by. Any last thoughts, my friend, before we head on out?
My last and final thoughts will just be everyone, it's football season. Football season, basketball season, can all be here all in one time. The world can be back in unity once we have them both at the same time. So enjoy the moment. Watch your teams, whoever you with in football, NFL, support your team. If you're a Dallas fan, I feel bad for you right now.
We'll see what happens in Jerrytown, and unfortunately, Dallas doesn't matter. They still, whether they're mediocre, good or bad, they still bring in the people and still bring in the dollars and still bring in the ratings. So that's why Jerry World indeed. So that's why they're still the most valuable sports entity, I think. So, or one of them anyway. So, I mean, Golden State, they're still worth a lot. And I'm sure they like the fact that Mark Walter is offering 10 or could be as much as $12 billion once the sale is closed. Didn't hurt them in Golden State, who is valued, one of the two teams valued higher than the Lakers. So that's obviously a good sign for those in Golden State that own the team. So their team just got more valuable. So yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the coming days over the course of the season. Your thoughts on the Golden State Warriors, your thoughts on the Atlanta Hawks, your thoughts on the NBA, the Lakers. It doesn't matter. I always like having you on. You bring such a clear insight, and I'm truly appreciative of all your time that you give to us right here on the show, my friend.
I appreciate it, Gerald. Always happy to be here with you and appreciate the opportunity to come here and talk some sports.
You got it, my friend. Once again, it is Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Please show him some love by liking and subscribing what he does on his channel, I Got Next Sports Media. So I will be coming in the next few days again with more great NBA team reports, team previews, as it were. So please, again, like and subscribe. If you were a member, you got this first. So if you can become a member today at $2.99 a month, you will get our NBA team previews first before they get released out into the wild. But again, either which way, we truly appreciate your support, liking and watching, subscribing, commenting, all that great stuff, all those great things that you do right here for us at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.